Welcome everyone to the HeroX Innovation Leadership Series. I'm Jamie Elliott with HeroX, and today I'm joined by Suzanne Holder with the City of Mississauga, a leading innovator in municipal government. Suzanne has been working on some fascinating innovation, particularly around fostering community-driven solutions and open innovation. Suzanne, thanks for joining.
Thanks, Jamie. It's a pleasure to be here.
Can you tell me, our audience, about your journey into innovation and your early experience that shaped your approach?
Sure. I just kind of fell into innovation, I think. Working at the time, City of Guelph, I had a really interesting and inspiring CAO. She really wanted to create change in the organization, and she believed that started with employees and getting more creative and hearing, really opening up that space for employee dialogue, hearing those ideas from the front line, supporting those staff to be able to implement those changes that would create efficiencies, increase effectiveness in the roles that they do every day in serving the community. So that really got me thinking a lot about how the impact that I could have, and that it's really about building a community of innovators that were more powerful when our voices come together to affect change rather than just trying to, work away, toiling away in a corner off the side of your desk by yourself. It gets pretty lonely, and the ideas aren't always the most best or brilliant. And it's amazing what happens through dialogue and collaboration with others that you gain fresh perspectives, different ideas. It's kind of that yes and start building to really come up with fabulous ideas that work. And you've got the support to help implement.
That's great. What kind of things are you working on right now? What kind of innovations are you seeing right now, or are you involved in?
So at the City of Mississauga, we're transforming transit and the way people use it through improved wayfinding, so better signage and better ways that when people hop off the bus and they need to make a connection is to easily find that next bus that they're looking for, as well as real-time data information so that they can see when their bus is coming, they can track it, they know it gives more predictability to their day and their schedule and their planning. And so we're working with, third-party vendors to create better apps and better information. We're updating our software systems to get 4-second information instead of 4-minute information coming through the feed and to really improve that reliability and access to information for our customers. We're looking at digital signage, how to provide all of that information so that it's at the tip of their fingers and they don't need to guess or look at paper schedules anymore. It's really about modernizing that transit experience for our users.
That's really great. What is the Municipal Innovators Community?
Oh, I love Municipal Innovators Community. Really, I talked about collaboration with others, and collaboration within an organization is great, but it's even better when you can collaborate with your colleagues across the nation, come together in digital spaces or in person and have those conversations and share what kind of innovation work you're working on, talk about your challenges openly with each other and find solutions together. It's great. We don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. It's nice to learn from others with different areas of expertise, whether they've worked in wastewater treatment or they've worked in transit or they've worked in building services, is to be able to bring that lived experience and knowledge together into one room to tackle really tough problems that we're solving at municipal level. So the MITE community or Municipal Innovators Community is just that. It's a network of innovators from across the country coming together and having dialogue and solving problems together.
Very cool. Any case studies that you can share? Any interesting projects that you've seen spark because of the mic and make their way into production or even just genesis and start to get worked on from that?
Sure. So I think there's some very interesting work coming out of Midland, and they were looking at using AI to solve some wastewater problems. And I think that learning is really applicable to many other municipalities across the country. So I'm looking forward to learning more about the work that they've been doing in AI and unlocking more potential.
Very cool. And you mentioned open data. HeroX has been fortunate enough. I know Mississauga and the Toronto area, very innovative. We've gotten to work with the Mars Discovery District before to run challenges on opioid data. I'm curious, do you make the data available, the data that you mentioned have to do with transit? Do you make them available to the public in any way?
Yeah, so we publish, it's called a GTFS feed. And so we publish all of our transit data that we collect from the buses out through open data. And that's where other third party apps and other vendors can pick up that information. It's publicly available. And you can start to do some crazy mashups with that data to
Yeah,
gain new insights about how cities are functioning.
very nice. Very nice. So any projects on the horizon? What's coming down the line for you all? What do you have in your strategy plans?
So, as I said, a lot of modernization around adoption of technology, looking certainly at AI and figuring out how to use that space. But there's also a lot about just modernizing programs to make them more relevant to people, increasing access. We do a lot of work in accessibility, making sure that we're designing all of our services so that they meet the needs of the broad public and that we're removing barriers. One of my favorite projects that we've recently implemented is called the Sunflower Initiative for Hidden Disabilities. And this one really isn't a lot about like digital technology. It's more about a visual tactic that you can use to discreetly signal to others that you need a little bit of extra time or support. And so people wear a sunflower, it's like a lanyard, is what we use. And that quickly sends a signal, a discrete signal to our staff that the individual has a invisible disability and would appreciate a little bit of extra kindness or assistance that day. And so it's the icebreaker that invites that conversation to say, how can I help you? I think it's a beautiful program. And we really love the feedback we're getting from our customers who are using it and saying it's helping smooth their journey on transit.
That is brilliant. I first saw concepts like that pop up during COVID when folks had preferences with, how near anyone could get to them. And that makes perfect sense, and it's a great way. We actually have a challenge running right now with the National Institutes of Health in the US that is focused on community organizations, community health organizations that are doing something to improve quality of life and access for their disabled communities. And so we're in phase two, and it's going really well, and we get to see some great innovations coming out of community based work. It's really fantastic. That's great. So, for folks in your area and for anyone across Canada or across the world, because we do have quite a reach with HeroX, how can folks learn more and get involved?
Well, if you're a member of the public and you're interested in making your community better, there's so many ways that you can engage with your local government. Reach out to your counselor, come and deliver a deputation at a city council meeting. Reach out to city staff and share your ideas that you might have. If you work in municipal government, find your tribe. Like, just start talking to other people. Start being brave and share those ideas that you have about how to make things better. I think for people who are working in this innovation space, it's about creating safe spaces for others. It's about creating those conditions, that those fertile conditions for innovation to thrive. And it's just like, have dialogue, have crazy wild ideas and big dreams, and then figure out a pilot. So it's like, just start, figure out something small that you can test, you can learn, you can tweak, you can get feedback, you can keep reshaping it and then start to scale. But you'll probably always have to kind of keep tweaking. And I've learned, nothing stays static. There's always new, different approaches or changing needs that happen, and you want to be responsive to that. So I think I love pilots, and I love to just frame things up. It's a pilot. It's not forever. Let's just try it. Let's test and learn, and then apply that learning to your future projects.
Very cool. Love the message. It's great to see local innovators inspiring other innovators. I think it's very important work that you're doing and really appreciate it. So thanks so much, Suzanne, for your time. This has been great, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Really appreciate it. And check out Municipal Innovators Community.
Perfect. Thank you so much.